I feel like I look like that one girl from The Breakfast Club.
Eat shit.
Except I don't need a glow up at the end where I get all girly and stuff and then I get the dude. Like, that's not happening. Not happening. Hi, let's complain about the platform that makes me money. Yes! I would like to add that this video was supposed to be titled like, how to say no, the art of saying no. And then I was like, that's bullshit if I actually were to make that video and try and give advice to people. If I don't even take my own advice and if I don't even know how to say no, why would I sit down and make a video trying to teach you guys? That's just hypocritical of me. Maybe I'll make that video in the future if I ever actually learn how to say no. But in the process of thinking of this video, I completely switched up the narrative and I realized kind of like what my root deep issues are, perhaps. I don't know. A lot of it probably has to do with my childhood. Anyway, occasionally when I have a lot to say in a video, I'll make notes like this. I'm holding this very far away so that you can't possibly read anything that is personal at all. Anyway, I was literally supposed to talk about productivity culture, this whole idea of me overworking myself and how I'm sick of it and I don't treat myself very nicely, and then I was gonna film it on Wednesday, the day before I was supposed to upload it Thursday, and I was like, so you're gonna overwork yourself and stay up until like 2 a.m. editing a video while you still have school and you have other things to do about a video about weird productivity culture and you doing too much and you overworking yourself, and then you're gonna do that's a hypocrite, baby, all right? Stop it. Long story short, welcome to this video about why I hate YouTube in 2020. Now I'm gonna change the whole game. I'm gonna change the whole system. Make sure that you subscribe if you want to be nasty, and if not, you're disgusting. Also, make sure you have your bell notifications on so that you know every single time I post, or else you are gross. Right on, me plugging my own social media while I talk about why I low-key hate it. I don't know if people have noticed, but I am overworked recently. And that is no one's fault except my own. I'm not just talking about YouTube and that's like the only thing. I just want to say that in this video, like, while yes, I am complaining and like ranting and whatever, this is not me seeking sympathy. I swear to God, if one of you comment, I'm so sorry, I feel for you, you're getting banned from my channel. That's how it's gonna go. Just kidding. I love you, but don't do that. Perhaps me sharing some of this information, you will relate to some of it, even though a lot of it is YouTube related, and a lot of you guys are not YouTubers. I love being a YouTuber more than anything. I feel like this is genuinely what I was supposed to do in this portion of my lifetime. My biggest issue is that I put too much on my plate, and then I measure my happiness and success based off of how busy I am. Currently, right now in my life, I'm a full-time student. I am a full-time YouTuber. Ew. I am a caretaker for my mom because she is beating cancer's ass, so that takes up a lot of time as well. I love doing that. I'm not complaining about that at all. On top of that, somehow trying to manage a social life through FaceTime with friends, and then also a long distance relationship. I'm a busy bee, okay? I made the conscious decision one day that I was gonna upload from 1 time a week to 2 times a week because it just makes me so happy. The more content I get to put out, the more times I get to film in a week, the more times I get to edit in a week, the happier I was. Genuinely because I love it, not because it's keeping me busy or anything. However, I'm gonna start hating every single facet of my life because I'm gonna burn out if I don't make some changes. I think my problem is that I make this type of lifestyle and what I'm doing seem doable. Like, people will comment on my videos very often and be like, your videos make me feel so motivated and so inspired to like be productive, and how do you fit all these things in a day? Like, you make it look so easy. Thank you, but I am crumbling, and I don't ever want to make it seem like people are not doing enough just because I'm doing all this stuff, because it's not good for me. Oh my God, it's not good for me. I feel like I need to put this pressure on myself because I admire people who are similar to this, who are similar to overworking yourself and then being seen as so successful, but then are you happy? You know, I guess what I'm trying to get at is that this is not a sustainable lifestyle. I'm not talking about like eco-friendly sustainable. I'm talking about like, how long can this thing be doable and still sustain healthiness and happiness? It's just not possible. What people don't see on the internet is me waking up at like 7:30 in the morning. Do you really want to go into detail? I think this stems from me having anxiety just throughout the day, like stress just accumulating, and I have night terrors every night. I'm talking about gory, bloody, murderous night terrors every single night. So lately I haven't been really getting good sleep because I'll wake up in the middle of the night multiple times, like crying, shaking, really upset, and I cannot rest at night. I'll wake up in the morning and sometimes I won't even like take care of myself or eat in the morning. I'll just get like straight to work, whatever that is, like editing, schoolwork that I missed out on, and then I have classes every day, and then it's either filming or editing or emails. and then it's also doing whatever errands or doctor's appointments with my mom. I end up sitting at my godforsaken desk that I love so much, but I end up sitting at her until like 9, 10, 11 p.m. every single night. So I'm basically sitting there for like 12 or more hours every single day. That's including weekends. Why do I do this to myself? That's not healthy for me. Like, I need to change something. So I have to drop out of school my last semester. I literally have like 2 more months, but I should just end it right now. And I think that's what my audience doesn't see every single day. So I don't want this image of like, oh, you can do anything you want. Like, it doesn't even require that much hard work, because in order for me to get where I am in terms of school and YouTube, it requires me to have no time for myself. I've completely lost a sense of self and what I like doing in my free time. Like, I had one day of free time and I didn't know what to do with my free time other than like scroll through social media, because I was like, what are even my interests or hobbies? Here's where I kind of want to talk about YouTube. I started making videos back when I was in elementary school, quit because I got embarrassed, started making them again in middle school, quit because I got embarrassed, started again before high school, quit because I got embarrassed, whatever. The only reasons I've ever done it is because I love talking to a camera, I love being alone, I love doing this solo, I'm an only child, I like doing this because it's just my hobby, it's my passion, and I like doing it. And so I always reverted back to it because it's what I know and what I love. I didn't start YouTube for any sort of like monetary gain. I didn't make a single cent off of YouTube until I was doing it for a year. I think you can tell when a YouTuber does it because of the money and when a YouTuber does it because they actually love making videos. I think one of the best comments I ever receive is that I remind them of old school YouTube. If you're in your late teens or 20s and you watched YouTube from a very young age, then you probably know what that means by like old school YouTube. I know I'm not like through and through old school YouTube, but it means a lot that people may see kind of that element. I was watching a Psych IRL video and it was kind of talking about the difference between old school YouTube and new school YouTube. Old school YouTube, it was solely made for loving making the content, loved making videos, and there was no source of money coming in because people didn't even know that could become a job. It wasn't until like years in that YouTube was like, we're gonna start paying you for this. And you know, there wasn't a demand to create more because the only person who was demanding more videos was yourself and not like money or an audience or anything like that. New school YouTube a lot of times is kind of based off of what is gonna sell. You are selling yourself. Like, what is gonna do well? Will this video do well? Is this what the audience wants to see? Is this what advertisers want to see? And I'm guilty of it. I think every YouTuber who makes money off their videos is guilty of it now. But I know deep down inside, my main thing is still the old school YouTube mentality, is that I make videos for myself. I make videos that I wish that I could watch. I'll admit it, sometimes I watch my old videos because I think they're fun and I'll like laugh along with my old videos. I'm sad because I feel like I don't get to put in the time of editing into them like I used to, just because now I'm uploading twice a week, and like also with school, and like I said, that's something that I definitely want to work on, and I have to figure out my own like type of formula that I can make it work. And I think that if I had like a normal full-time job and I was making an income off of that, I would still be doing YouTube as a side hobby because I love it that much. The issue with this all is that I put so much pressure on myself about what I want my videos to be and how often I want to upload, and like I struggle with new school YouTube a lot. I benefit off of new school YouTube. I really, really do. I think the point that I'm trying to get across though is that I don't want to lose sight of why I'm doing videos that I love to do. But I think along with the overwhelming pressure of like, okay, will this video get views? And the overwhelming pressure of, okay, I need to stay busy and I need to pump out videos all the time while also doing school and helping taking care of my family, that's leading towards burnout, and I don't want to burn out. I'm gonna tell you a story about an example of why I feel more like a commodity and less of a person on this platform recently, and if the person who's involved is watching this video, hi. So this story involves my DMs, okay? I took great pride in the beginning of me doing YouTube to answer every single DM that I got, at least read every single DM, and I also used to say at the end of my videos, like, I read every single comment. And I know a lot of other YouTubers and a lot of my friends were also giving me advice, like, you really shouldn't read every comment, you really shouldn't respond to every single message, it's gonna get mentally overwhelming for you, it's also not healthy. Our human brains are not meant to process that many compliments or that much hate. While I still try to read a lot of my DMs, I've come to a point where I'm like, you know, if I am not feeling good and I don't want to read more of them, then I'm gonna put it away. The other week I posted that I want to get rid of a lot of stuff in my closet because I just have a lot of stuff from middle school and high school still, and I'm a senior in college. A lot of that stuff does not fit me anymore, and I have outgrown it, but I've been holding on to it. So when I do get rid of clothing, it's either selling through Depop, trying to sell it through Plato's Closet, and then sending whatever I can to Poland, back to my family there, because I do have some like younger cousins and stuff like that. And if that doesn't work out, then donating to my local donation centers. On the internet is that people can make whatever assumptions they want about you, and you can't respond to every single one to debunk them. But I just had some time the one morning I was reading through my DMs and someone messaged me that I really shouldn't overconsume and I really shouldn't be getting rid of all my stuff, and that it's like irresponsible and stuff and not good for the environment. This person seemed like semi-nice, and I just wanted to clarify to them like, hey, that's not what I'm doing. Like, I am donating stuff that does not fit me anymore. There's no use of it being here. Someone else could have benefited off of it, blah, 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 blah. And I didn't think much of it until I get a DM back saying that what I did was very hurtful. By never responding to their messages before when they have asked for advice, when they have given advice, and the only time I respond is when they're offering criticism. That like really threw me off guard, because I was like, I have never seen your messages before. Back and forth for a while, this person said some not nice things to me, and I was just like, I am doing my best. And it made me so sad for like the rest of the day, and obviously still till now, because I'm still thinking about it like a week or two later, that someone was just so upset with me that I didn't respond to their DMs earlier, and that I responded when I saw a message and got the chance. I don't know if people knew this, but I am a human being. I'm bringing this up only because I feel like this is a prime example of me not being seen as a human being, but more so as like, well, you should have answered me. Like, why didn't you answer me? As if this person was like leaving an eBay review straight to my face and being like, you were less than satisfactory, you did not meet my expectations. I see messages like that a lot. Like, why doesn't Nicole respond? Or you're one of those YouTubers who don't respond. It just feels really, really weird to not be seen as a human being who also has a life and can't please everyone all the time, which I am learning so hard, is that I cannot please everyone all the time. You cannot be everything for everyone all the time. And I think I just struggle with myself internally that I can't satisfy what everyone wants me to be. I think another problem is I look up to a lot of YouTubers and I see how crazy busy they are, and I see how crazy successful they are, and I'm like, oh, the two correlate with one another, therefore I have to be that busy to become that successful. I'll give you a prime example. Best Dressed, Ashley, I love her so much. Hi Ashley, if you would to ever be watching this. I looked up to Best Dressed so much, and her work ethic, and you could see in her vlogs like she was constantly doing schoolwork, editing, shooting, doing something constantly.
My brain was just one giant pile of editing mush, so I decided to take a break by studying. Well, I guess a break from editing, not a break from work. It's just more work. Not pictured here is a mini mental breakdown.
And I completely chose to ignore the side where she consistently complained about how exhausted she was and how unhealthy it was for her, to the point now that she doesn't upload every single week anymore because it got to be too much for her. And this is no disrespect to Ashley, but I had to sit down and be like, why are you looking up to these YouTubers who are obviously saying that they are doing too much? They are literally working themselves to the bone. So why do I still romanticize and glamorize it? I don't know. And there are many, many YouTubers who I admire, like with this work ethic and everything, and I think that they're perfect people and they can do no wrong and they're awesome and they probably please all of their audience, until I like go on my homepage on YouTube and I see like a video titled The Problem with Blank, and like basically videos critiquing this creator. And then it was like, okay, newsflash, Nicole, like you love this person and that's great, and others may love them too, but not everyone loves them. They still get videos made critiquing them. So maybe, just maybe, I should probably stop glamorizing and romanticizing these people for their work ethic and thinking that they satisfy every single one of their viewers, when in reality, that's very, very far from the truth. I think one of my greatest qualities about myself is that if I don't want to do something, then I just simply will not do it. As hard as I try, I will not be able to accomplish it. And I think that just goes to show that everything that I'm doing in my life currently is exactly what I want to be doing, because I wouldn't be able to do it if I didn't want to. But with that being said, there's more things I want to do with my life and with my day, and I think that there's not enough hours in the day, so I will likely be making a petition to add more hours into the day. please sign it. It's very important to me. Like, I want to be making rugs right now. You know that whole trend that's going around, like everyone's making rugs now? Oh my god, rug makers, please don't come for me in the comments. I was making rugs long before it was a trend. Whatever. I want to make rugs, okay? It looks so fun. I want to learn how to play the guitar. And the only person who is at fault for why I'm not doing any of those things is me, okay? I'm just not making the hours for it in a week, and I'm thinking that I have to play into new school YouTube for me to remain successful, while in my head, mentally, I am still in the mindset of old school YouTube. So it's like the two are like clashing. Does that make any sense? Just really stressed out. I know 100% that this video is a mess, but this content is kind of for the people who like to hear me ramble for whatever reason, and also it's for myself ultimately, because I'm not gonna have this conversation with myself unless it's on camera for some reason. Ugh! I have it written in my notes. Copyrighted music. I'm telling you right now that if music was not copyrighted, if I could use any type of music in my videos that I wanted to for longer than like 10 seconds, every single video that I would upload would be like a music video. I'm telling you right now. I'm like this close every single day to like pulling a David Dobrik and just like saying, fuck it, I'm gonna upload this video with copyrighted music. But I'm not David Dobrik and I'm not a millionaire. So I have like so many fun videos coming up and that I'm actually like really passionate about. I think sometimes it's just really hard for me to sit down and actually film the video, because I'm like, well, I know I'm not going to have enough time to edit this perfectly how I want it to be if I want it to be up by this day and time. I know that I'm not necessarily in the right headspace or the mood to be filming this right now, so I have to just kind of rush it, and like hopefully my personality will be okay. I think what I need to learn is that like I don't need to do every single little thing that is expected of me. Okay to say yes, but it's also important to learn how to say no, so that when you do say yes, it's really special. I've taken a break from my podcast for like a month now, just because it got extremely overwhelming with school and doing 2 videos a week, and I just didn't feel like mentally I could be in front of a mic for an hour a week, because I just wasn't mentally there and I couldn't plan, and it would become like last minute and everything, and I was like, if I'm gonna be doing something with my life, I want to be 100% in it, and I want to 100% do it. So it is coming back. She is coming back. That's like another thing that was a big struggle for me, is like people getting angry at me on Mondays, being like, where's the podcast? Additionally, I have bought in so many notebooks because I think that it's gonna fix me and organize me even more, when in reality I need to organize up here before I can do it in here. Even though your struggle may not be like YouTube, it might be with school, it might be with YouTube, it might be with work, it might be with family, it might be with friends. You just can't please everyone all the time. And you know what? During this whole video, I was gonna give you like step-by-step advice on how to say no to people and advice on saying no. But like I like need to implement it in my life first before I can hop on here and try and tell you about it. Was this video a mess? Absolutely. Did I shit talk YouTube and YouTubers, or did I shit talk myself more? I think it's the latter. Point being though is that I feel better, and I hope that you also may feel like you're ready to feel better if you don't feel so good about yourself right now. I think productivity culture, overworking yourself as a means to be happy is just so weird, and I don't know where we learned that from. Probably capitalism. I personally had so much fun talking about my feelings and my feelings only. Maybe, just maybe, I will make myself a vegan gluten-free pumpkin pie. That's another step of loving myself, is to not eat gluten anymore. I've been doing kind of okay, not that great, but I've been doing pretty good. Because if I don't take care of myself more, then my stomach lining will disintegrate. So I don't know if I can do YouTube videos when I have no stomach lining. So hope that you enjoyed this really random video where I had a lot of self-realizations for however many minutes this video is. God, it's probably over 15, isn't it? Yeah, I thought so. If you like this video, make sure that you leave it a like, because it helps me out so much, and also leave a comment. And I'm not gonna say that I'm gonna read every single comment, because I don't know that, because maybe I'll stop, because maybe it'll make me sad. You should also subscribe if you want to be nasty. If not, you're disgusting. Also, make sure to have your bell notifications on so that you know every single time I post, or else you are gross. Yeah. If you want to follow me on my other social media like Instagram, Twitter, Depop, Spotify, it's just at Nicole Rafiee. And if you want to follow me on my TikTok, it is at Nikki Nasty. I'm gonna go now, prepare for the ladies' night, and maybe eat gluten, or maybe not. I don't know. Time will tell. Maybe I'll start respecting myself tomorrow. Bye.